Hello, everybody, and welcome here to our first race of the season. As I'm going to go ahead and put you over here, getting ready for the Zombie Auto 125, the first race of the 2024 PCS Ray presents the ARCA Menards series. Getting ready for 125 laps of racing. Alexandria Sarns on the pole, Cleopatra Gamal, Derek Elwood, Bill Sandwich alongside, and the rest of your starting lineup. Getting ready for 125 laps of racing from the last great Coliseum. Of course, I have a new microphone, that I bought. I need to actually lower you because you're a little loud. Had to lower NR Gen 3 down because it was a little loud. Getting ready for 125 laps of racing. There's only 24 drivers in this field. We only have, it was only 13 in the preseason, the pre-entry list, and then 11 drivers decided to come out here and have some fun. So we have a fun race. First race with my new mic. We'll see how it goes. Pace car is off. 125 laps of racing. We're green for the last great Coliseum. Good start for Alexandria Sarns as these drivers will go into turn number 3 and 4. These drivers shouldn't have any issues with fuel mileage as far as that is concerned. Sarns leads the first lap, goes a little bit wide, gets into Derek Edison. Bill Sandwich gets banged around. Derek Elwood going 3 wide with the 35 of Skylar Davidson and the 31 of Tima Mauser. And we got a wreck on the front straightaway. Bill Sandwich got turned. Carolina Bradley got a piece of it in the 30. The 11 machine, that is, I'm learning names here. That's Kyle Rogers. Tough break for the Kyle Rogers machine. And the first yellow of the race is out as Sarns leads us back to the yellow flag. Let's take a look at what happened to the 11. Didn't take long. Took us to lap number 2-3 for the first incident of the day to take place. And it started with Bill Sandwich. Who was that was up in the wall? That was Rachel Sutton, the sister to Lindsay. And it looks like Sutton got the wall. Bill Sandwich got a bit tight coming off the corner and gets turned around. The 5 got a piece of it. There's where the 06 got involved. And there's where Kyle Rogers got the damage. 5 was Cleopatra Gamal. 06 was Beatrice Campos. There's Carolina Bradley. She got turned around by somebody. I don't know who. Looks like she was trying to avoid the wreck, and I think the 10 is the one that spun the hair clip Ford Mustang. And that is Zelda Towns, Monica Towns' little sister. Did a little bit of rear end damage on that 30 machine, but aerodynamics don't mean much. There's Bill Sandwich as he was trying to get going as a result of this. And already 2 drivers out of the race as a result. That would be Kyle Rogers and Beatrice Campos. So 2 cars out of the race just like that. Pretty significant damages to those 2 race cars as I jumped the gun there. Back to green. Sarns was the leader. Donna Ramirez second. Skylar Davidson third. Derek Elwood fourth. Fifth is Lucian Bianchi. Sixth is Timo Mauser. Rachel Sutton seventh. Sebastian Palmer is eighth. Ninth, Cleopatra Gamal and Dylan Van Dyke complete your top 10. Mike Cooper just came out of the pits. There's Margaret Jacobs in the 49. That's Cheyenne Berkshire in front of her in the 53, who's going by Maxie Chilton. There's Bill Sandwich here. There's Tatiana Guerra. Maisie Creighton going by the 30. By the way, the 9 is a fictional car I got from Stun Knot. So did the 5. Creighton sponsored by 5 Hour Energy on her Toyota Camry. The 5 is sponsored by the spicy Mountain Dew flavored machine. Rachel Sutton, who's got some right side damage on her Tom Thumb Ford Fusion. There's Sebastian Palmer. There's Timo Mauser, Bianchi. Some of these drivers we will see in the West Series. Thought I saw some left side damage on Donna Ramirez's Ford. But it might be a damage glitch. No, she doesn't have any damage. Sarnes has some left side damage on her 65. Sponsored by Syncon. The Syncon Flooring Toyota. Completing lap number 15, working lap number 16 of 125. First race for the E-Series drivers. And because we have 24 drivers in this field, nobody will be going home. Sarnes just got the wall again. New leader is now Donna Ramirez, making her PCS Ray Presents ARCA Menards Series East Division debut. Same with Skylar Davidson, who's about to go up into the wall. Donna Ramirez just got the wall in front of her. Lucian Bianchi in the 17. Going to run the full East Series schedule. He is also going to run for the championship in the West Series. There will be some new drivers in the West Series once we get to their first race of the season. Next race for the East Series, they will head to the Loudon, New Hampshire area as the second caution of the evening is out. I saw black smoke, and it must have been poor Tatiana Guerra. Let's see if I am correct. I am correct. What happened to poor Tatiana Guerra? She was right behind her good friend Maxie Chilton. And kablamo! The engine let go on that number 20 machine, the Phoenix Toyota, and got a little bit of contact with Carolina Bradley. I don't think Bradley didn't mean to turn Tatiana Guerra. There was nothing she could have done. But that's going to end her day. But what really caused all the incident up here? It looks like Sebastian Palmer. Yep, Sebastian Palmer. Oh, he turned Skylar Davidson. Looks like Sky was trying to keep her car under control and got sent around by Sebastian Palmer, who then goes up and gets turned by Derek Elwood, took both cars into the wall. So that was what the caution was for. And then the follow-up incident, Naguera blew up, and then Carolina Bradley just sideswiped the Phoenix Toyota Camry. Tatiana Naguera, who is done for the day, but she is all right because she didn't wreck. She just had a whatever mechanical problem happened on that 20 machine. That is a tough break for Tatiana Naguera. Well, they listed her as accident, which is not true because something mechanical happened, but Naguera was okay. And then Derek Elwood and Sebastian Palmer got involved in that incident, turn number 1. They have continued on. So we've already gotten 2 yellows already, and we only have 100 laps to go in this race. As Donna Ramirez will lead us back to the green. Bianchi second, Mauser third, Dylan Van Dyke fourth, Kyler Anderson fifth, Alexandre Sarnes sixth, Eric Diaz is seventh. Somebody was on pit road. I'll look in a second. Emma Kaiser eighth, Rachel Sutton ninth, and Maisie Creighton was your top 10. And who was that was on pit road? It was the 0-1. As we got contact in the back, that might have been a yellow right there. That would be Mike Cooper. Had a spin there. Sarnes got spun around. Who spun the 65 out? Oh, we got female abuse. Oh, Eric Diaz makes a rude introduction, just spawns poor Alexandre Sarnes, one of two Brazilian drivers in the field, the other being Beatriz Campos in there, and Sarnes is coming to pit road. That's a tough break, and Mike Cooper's got problems, and he just missed the pit lane, which means he has to go all the way around again. That was kind of not good for the 0-1, so there's got to be more problems to that 0-1 machine. Sarnes will more than likely go 2 laps down at the rate right now. That's a shame because Alexandre Sarnes was minding her business, and the yellow's out for the 3rd time today. Oh, wreck in turn 1. Carolina Bradley trying to get her car refired, but she's stuck on the apron. It's like Cleopatra Gamol. Margaret Jacobs was another driver involved in that very weird taped up number 49. That's a teammate to the 48. And let's see, we had female wrecking each other on the straightaway, I see. Carolina Bradley just got pinched between a Mountain Dew and an unsponsored car. That's what spun Margaret Jacobs up into the wall. And like I say, Carolina Bradley was trying to get her car refired. The problem was she was stuck on the apron, which teleported her to pit road, and that's not good for Sarnes because she got trapped a lap down as a result, a couple laps down actually. Like the moles on pit road, Bradley had to teleport to pit road, so looks like they're trying to get the car refired. She will continue this race, however. And it looks like Sarnes is now done for the night, so that's a tough break for Sarnes. As we're going to have the Wendigo signal. So Ramirez still leads. Bianchi's second. Mauser is now third as the 2 lap cars go by. Dylan Van Dyke fourth. Kyler Anderson fifth. Emma Kaiser sixth. Elda Town seventh. Bill Sandwich eighth. Eric Diaz, is ninth. And 10th is Rachel Sutton. So that's 2 female drivers that Frank has lost in a span of 36 laps. Then again, the only female driver who hasn't had any problems tonight has been Kaiser. I hope I don't jinx it, otherwise I'm going to get yelled at by Frank. Carolina Bradley trying to get one of her laps back after she got stuck on the apron and had to teleport to pit road. She's now 3 laps down in the 19th position. Carolina Bradley finished in the top 5 in the point standings last season. A little early to be having 3 yellows just like that. Bradley going to really be fighting as on the leader until that happens. Let's go back to the leader. She's fighting with Donna Ramirez. And Dylan Van Dyke's up to second, so a good run for Dylan Van Dyke. In that number 95 Toyota Camry TRD. And Bradley's going to get one of her laps back, going to be now 2 laps down. And the problem for the 41 moved up to the high side. And now Dylan Van Dyke's going to take the lead as a result. And just like that, the 41's going to go from leading this race back to the 4th position. Cannot seem to find a break. And looks like Timo Mauser's not going to cut Donna Ramirez a break. Timo Mauser having a very good start to the season. I tell you what, 13 cars, it would be a completely boring Bristol race versus 24. Kind of surprised this is the first race of the season, Bristol Motor Speedway, for the ARCA Menards E Series. But to be fair, it's better to have a short track to open up the season rather than a snooze fest at Daytona. And speaking of Dylan Van Dyke, he will have to make the field on time at Daytona coming up in a few weeks' time. I also should mention this, the drivers that DNF that were involved in an incident, they had to go to the infield care center. Those that were on the DV or that were involved in an accident, with the exception of Naguera, who had a mechanical problem on her Toyota. She's not going to go to the care center due to the mechanical problem. And Carolina Bradley has now gotten her lap back as we have our fourth caution of the evening. And I'm not sure who this involved. Maybe Mike Cooper would give us the answer because he's got some left side damage. And no, not. Let's see. Where did the yellow come out for? Let's see. Let's use the pace car for a guide. There it is. There's where the yellow is. Ah, it's the 41 that got spun around. Damn it. Can I get to the 41 without having to use this? Thank you. Already 4 cautions, and looks like she got up into the wall here. Right there, and then bounced off the 12 car. That would be Eric Diaz. Oh, Kaiser got a piece of it. Well, that was a commentator's curse there, Voiles. Good job. Now Frank's going to hit you with a baseball bat. Yay for me. I cannot keep my mouth shut about a driver. What else is new? Tonight is not a good night to have a commentator's curse, to be fair with y'all. As Carolina Bradley now back to 2 laps down. Mike Cooper is now 4 laps down. As here we go, back to green flag racing here. Dylan Van Dyke, the leader. I made sure all the ratings were 40 by 60, so that way nobody has an advantage. The 0-1 knocked the crap out of the wall there, so Mike Cooper is having some problems, unless he's got a mechanical problem or something, but yeah, Cooper is already dropping back there. Not sure if he's got a mechanical problem or something. Carolina Bradley right up here, not battling for position, off 2 laps down, as Dylan Van Dyke is just cruising away. As we're, by the way, past the halfway point in this 125 lap, or actually, no, we're actually coming up to the midway point. Let me double check. No, we're getting closer to the midway point of this race. Dylan Van Dyke in the 95 machine having a very good run here today. Tyler Anderson now giving chase. He's currently in the 2nd position. That's another driver that must qualify at Daytona on time, Kyler Anderson, the 28. As Maxie Chilton looks like he's got some damage, and the yellow is out for the 5th time here tonight. And the 0-1 being a noob again. Oh, nope. Oh, Skylar Davidson not done getting wrecked by a male driver, for goodness sakes. Gets turned around and clips Maxie Chilton, and let's see, the 0-1's going to ARCA brake in this, correct? Yep. No wonder this series is why we call it the ARCA brake series. Yep, 0-1 never slowed down in time and just ran over the 50. Don't know what on earth he was thinking. It's like, I just want to join the wreck because why not? Well, Penguin Villages. As we're now halfway home through this race. Hate that for Maxie Chilton, who was running inside the top 10 in the early going of this race, and, well, that didn't go the way they wanted, so. Dylan Van Dyke lost the lead to Kyler Anderson, the 28 machine. We'll be completing that dreadful number shortly. Who does not love carnage? I do. Oh, contact there. That was Kyler Anderson into the wall. Dylan Van Dyke says, thank you very much. I'm going to retake the lead from you. Zelda Towns in 3rd place. Dylan Van Dyke still the leader here, as we're going to complete 73 laps of 125, work on lap 74. Carolina Bradley needs another caution. Now she is now 1 lap down. Not easy to make up 3 laps in a span of this race, but it could be done. Actually, Chilton's still 2 laps down, but at least he's still in the race. These drivers can make it 125 laps on a tank of fuel, so pit stops are not going to be an issue. It's just trying to make sure you're on the bottom, because the inside line is the place you want to be here at this racetrack. Watching a video on my phone, but it's currently muted because I muted the darn thing. It'll be difficult for Carolina Bradley to try to get herself back on the lead lap if we don't get a caution between now and then. Remember, Carolina Bradley finished in the top 10 last season when the series was then called the PCSRA AutoZone Amateur Series, driving the 06. She's driving the 30 machine. So Carolina Bradley has a lot more experience than Dylan Van Dyke as far as an ARCA car is concerned. Zelda Towns now in second. Kyler Anderson has fallen to the clutches of Timo Mauser in the third, who's running in fourth. Eric Diaz currently in fifth, about to lose that spot to Maisie Creighton there in the 9. And it looks like the 01 has not fixed his damage. Derek Elwood's running in 8th, trying to catch Cheyenne Berkshire, who's 7th. Emma Kaiser 9th, and Donna Ramirez, who led us back to the green, is now back into the 10th position. Waiting for this point, the 01 to cause a problem. He only makes a lap before he goes in and out of the pit lane. Margaret Jacobs has now fallen a lap down as a result in the 49, so that will bring us down to 16 drivers now on the lead lap. Also, Carolina Bradley has moved her way up to the 17th position. And only 4 drivers out of this race. That would be Alexandria Sarnes, Tatiana Guerra, the 06 of Beatrice Campos, and the 11 of Rogers. Kyle Rogers, that's who it is. Dylan Van Dyke just trying to hit his marks right now. As we're currently on What's My Line Says. I know I'm recording this race a little after 2 a.m. as of this recording, so it's fine. Got a car that was in the wall there. That was a 35 of Skylar Davidson. Zelda Towns, by the way, is actually the leader. And now Skylar's just moving out of the way of Dylan Van Dyke. Carolina Bradley still 1 lap down. Looks like she might not have enough time to get herself back on the lead lap, as the 10 car is still going in and out of the pit lane. Ooh, got a little squirrely there, and it's going to go by Cleopatra Gamal, but that's not for position. As the 30 got a bit loose there. And now Dylan Van Dyke trying to take the lead back as we have a little checkup here with the 5 car of Cleopatra Gamal getting up into the wall there. And now Gamal will go 1 lap down as a result. Looks like the 01 is still on pit road, Mike Cooper. He's been trying, as we've had an incident on the back straightaway. Lucian Bianchi got turned by Donna Ramirez, but he held on to it, nearly got into his other teammate. That would be Kaiser. As we're coming to the end of this race here at Bristol Motor Speedway, the opening race of the ARCA Menards Series East Division presented by the PCS Array. And it doesn't look like Carolina Bradley is going to get herself back on the lead lap. The worst she can do is just finish 1 lap down. She's running in 18th right now. We're down to 14 drivers on the lead lap, as I like to point that out. Maxie Chilton, who fell a lap down, has never recovered. In danger of falling a 2nd lap down, as the 01 has not repaired his damage. Which is becoming a little bit of an issue, if you ask me. Contact with the wall by Bradley. That's going to allow the 10 car to take the lead, Zelda Towns. We'll be at 15 laps of racing to go. Any update on Mike Cooper? He is back on pit lane. Still hasn't even gotten his hood fixed. And he had a stop and go penalty. Pretty soon he's going to get disqualified. Dylan Van Dyke just slapped the wall, and now he's lost 2nd to Kyler Anderson as a result. Bradley has not gained any positions. Now she's about to go back down to 2 laps down, so that's a shame for her. Oh, and she hit the 10. That was contact there. Oh, that's not going to make Cody Smart happy. Remember, these two are part of Smart's team. Oh, boy. That's not going to be a pleasant discussion there. But Bradley got up into the wall and didn't realize the 10 was there. Almost got into the 10 again as she hits the wall again. She goes now back down the 2 laps down, so that was a close call there, but I don't think Zelda Towns is going to be too pleased with that. Looks like the handling on the 30 has gone away. Now, if Zelda Towns can hang on and win this race, that would be good. Let's go on board the 10 machine, as it looks like the Bristol I have does not have the Winston Cup logo, so that's a big problem. Next car she's got to worry about is that 50 of Maxie Chilton. She's starting to get a little tight there. Wonder if that little contact might have hurt the handling on that 10 machine, but she's trying to hang in there. I'm amazed they haven't even black flagged the 01 because the 01's been going in and out of the pit lane and just not gaining any positions. I mean, if I'm Mike Cooper, I just park the car right about now because you got nothing to gain. Maxie Chilton trying to not get in the Zelda Town's way. I'm going to go another lap down. We'll make it 3 laps down for the 50. Down to 5 laps of racing to go. After this race, your point standings will be coming up next as we head into your next E-Series race, which will be a while from now. And the next E-Series race will be at Loudon, New Hampshire for the Visit New Hampshire 100. That will be a 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Hope you will be with us for that. If the yellow comes out now, the race will end under the yellow flag. I'm going to point that out. Oh, but that okay, the 01's going back into the pit lane. Got a mile to go here at Bristol as the 1 car goes a lap down. Rachel's not getting in the way of the 10. Have a half a mile to go here at Bristol Motor Speedway for Zelda Towns. There's the white flag. Last lap, the 1 car got up into the wall, nearly got into Maxie Chilton. Zelda Towns comes off turn 4 to win the Zombie Auto 125. What a race for her. Got the lead away and never looked back and goes on to win the race. Kyler Anderson second, Dylan Van Dyke third. Maisie Creighton finished in 4th, Timo Mauser. The 12 of Eric Diaz, great run for him. Standings are now official. He gets 6. Cheyenne Berkshire, Derek Elwood, Lucian Bianchi, and Emma Kaiser complete the top 10. Rest of the drivers who have finished on the lead lap, Donna Ramirez, Sebastian Palmer, and Bill Sandwich, who finished the last cars on the lead lap. Rachel Sutton, Margaret Jacobs, Cleopatra Gamol, Skylar Davidson finished a lap down. Carolina Bradley finished 2 laps down, so she never recovered after her incident earlier tonight. Maxie Chilton finished 3 laps down in 19th. Mike Cooper finished 35 laps down in the 20th position, and then 4 drivers never finished the race. Alexandria Starnes, Tatiana Guerra, Beatrice Campos, and Kyle Rogers, who failed to finish tonight's race. But don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to share your point standings right after this. Don't go anywhere on the Blue Hedgehog TV. And welcome back, everybody, as you're now seeing your point standings after the first race of the season. Basically, it's kind of the same, except some of the bonus points and all that. So, Zelda Towns, Kyler Anderson, Dylan Van Dyke, Maisie Creighton, Timo Mauser, Eric Diaz, Cheyenne Berkshire, Derek Elwood, Lucian Bianchi. So, basically, it's the same as the finishing results are concerned. So, yeah. But that's going to do it from here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe to become part of the PCS Raid Crew today. We showed your full finish results. You are now looking at your point standings heading into our next race. That will be in a few weeks' time when we head to New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Now, we're going to have some of these drivers will have to make the field at Coca-Cola Super Speedway. We were going to go to Daytona National Speedway, but because I didn't like the racing from testing I did, we're going to go to Coca-Cola instead. We're going to have, first off, group qualifying to find out who will make the race at Coca-Cola, and then have our first race for the ARCA main series as well. So we will see you then at Coca-Cola Super Speedway. Until then, Ivan DeDevo signing off. You've been watching another broadcast courtesy of PCS Ray TV, the best in racing around the world since 2017. Good night from Bristol Motor Speedway.